Year 260 AD, there was a crisis in the huge and somewhat decaying Roman Empire. It had been so since 180 AD, when Marcus Aurelius, the last good emperor, died. The following emperors would never be considered as competent as him. Back in 260 AD, the emperor was called Valerian, and he was no exception to the rule. Valerian was the emperor for 7 years, before he was captured by the Sassanids in the Second Romano-Sassanid War, by Emperor Shapur I. He was later killed and left his son, second in command, Gallienus, in charge of the empire. Since the empire was losing power, not everyone welcomed the new emperor with open arms. Some regions were not quite convinced and looked for better contenders or sought for total independence from the empire. This event is called the Crisis of the 3rd Century, and during this time, 2 new emperors managed to call for independence and gathered enough support to call themselves new emperors, at least momentarily. One of them is the most famous one, probably the Palmyrian Empire. And the other one, the one we will cover today, the Gallic Empire. Today we'll be covering it because it probably had a bigger impact in the Roman history than we might think. So, the governor of Germania Minor was called Posthumous. He was a Gaul and a great general. He was loved by his army and apparently his province too. He gained notoriety by defending the Gallic borders by German invasion several times before. When Valerian died, Posthumous did not quite feel comfortable in taking orders from an emperor he did not trust, so he kept doing what Valerian told him to do, defend the empire from Germans. But then he paused and thought, if I'm so good at killing Germans, maybe I can be good emperor too. So he mobilized these legions that went to the city of Trier in Gaul, in southern France today, where the heir of the throne, Solinus, Gallienus' son, was living, and after annexing the settlement, he killed him. Finally, Posthumous declared himself emperor, and surprisingly many governors recognized him, gaining the loyalty and control of the following territory: Gaul, Spain, and England. You might think that it's pretty good, and quite cool actually, but Gallienus would probably disagree. As soon as he took down the revolts in Pannonia and Dacia, he went after Posthumous and attacked the vividly guarded southern border. Posthumous was a dedicated defender of Rome against the Germans. He was ordered by Valerian to guard the Rhine, and so far he had been quite good at it. Posthumous was not very prepared at first to face the invasion from the south, especially from a Roman force. Their forces fought twice, and Posthumous retreated in both occasions. He ran back and hid inside a fortified settlement, where Gallienus was severely wounded by an arrow while attempting to siege it. He retreated and went back on the other side of the Alps, and Posthumous became the official emperor of Gaul in 263 AD. Things went smooth until 268, when another general who was at first allied to Gallienus, named Aurelius, decided to betray him by sieging Milan, or Mediolanum as they would call it back then. Aurelius actively asked Posthumous for support, but he refused. When Aurelius was defeated, this led to the support forced Posthumous in Gaul to decrease, since he lost an opportunity for expansion. However, Posthumous was not interested in expansion. He still had Roman ideas and just wanted to protect the West without further expansion in Roman territory. This gained him some rivals. One of them showed up in 269. He was called Laelius. He made himself emperor of Gaul in Mainz, which was the capital of Germania Minor. Posthumous used to be the governor in this province, as I may have said previously, and Posthumous acted quickly and kicked his ass, like it was nothing. Then something unusual happened, which could be summarized with this cheap animation. "What up, sir? The city's ours again." "Yay." "Sir, can we sack the city?" "What the hell? This is a Roman city. What are you, nuts?" After his death, a Praetorian leader called Victorinus was chosen as emperor. His reign was shaky and unsuccessful. Hispania left the empire and joined with Rome, and Rome kept on harassing the southern border. Also, a Gallic tribe called the Awedi made a revolt in 270 that took quite a long time to take down. To top it all off, he was a womanizer who frequently sexually harassed or ate unmarried women. He was killed after he charmed his way between the legs of another man's wife. This man was called Domitianus. Domitianus killed him, then he realized, oh, I killed him. So, does it mean I'm the emperor now? Then Victorinus' mother came in, she was called Victoria, and she said nope, and put another man in charge. Tetrakis. Tetrakis was a good emperor, very popular man, successful against German attacks in 272, and his son Tetrakis Jr. showed just as much talent and was ranked to as second in command in 273. The Gallic Empire was doing great again. However, the new emperor Aetius, that is the new emperor of the Roman Empire, had just gotten rid of the Palmyrian Empire down south, and the only thing standing against his plans of reuniting the empire was Tetrakis and his son. In 274, they met at the Catalonian fields in France, and Tetrakis lost and surrendered. Surprisingly, Tetrakis was not punished for his actions. He became governor of Lucania, where he lived for the rest of his life, while Junior became a senator. So what can we learn from the Gallic Empire, and would the empire have lasted longer if it was left alone? Well, the reason for why Posthumous decided to take over the Western European provinces is still uncertain. I personally think he did it because he thought that it was the best way to protect from external threats. The West, back then, was actually the most loyal of the Roman regions. And Posthumous knew that in this period of crisis in the East, it would have been not healthy for his province to depend on the capital for defense, that is. Instead, he preferred to take full control to guarantee safety and to take the matter on his own hands. He was killed since all the other politicians in Gaul did not share his view on just defending the empire. However, something tells me that Tetrakis, his son, and Victorinus did share his views. That would explain why Aetius did not kill any of them, and Domitianus, the killer of Victorinus, was executed. Judging from my impression, we can learn that Rome in this period was not a place for good politicians, if not ever. Honestly, I think the empire would have lasted longer if Posthumous was not killed in 269, mainly because of the fact that Iberia, or Hispania, or Spain, I've been calling it any kind of name these days in this video, mostly because Hispania had decided to leave and to rejoin the Roman Empire, both on an economic and influential and defensive/military standpoint. It was a huge loss. Let me know what you think about the Gallic Empire. That was just my opinion, and I might cover the Palmyrian Empire next. Remember to subscribe and to follow me on Twitter at Ipernick the Great, link in the description. That was me, and before I go, I wish all of you a happy new year. 2018 is probably gonna be a nice year, both for this channel and hopefully for me too, and I hope it will be the same for you as well. See you soon.